Hey foodies, today we're going to be learning how to make beginner friendly jollof rice. The reason I say it's beginner friendly is because I'm going to be telling you guys 3 things I do differently to get the perfect smoky jollof rice. Also, I'll be showing you guys how I prepare my pepper mix and why I do things this way. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. For my pepper mix, I'm using some shombo, ginger, garlic, scotch bonnet pepper, some onion and fresh tomato. Everything has to be fresh. So you want to blend this all out and pour it into a pot and cook it until it's dry. The reason I do it this way is that I found out that every time I've roasted my mix with the oven, it doesn't dry from the tomato properly. So when I'm trying to fry my stew, it ends up splashing all over the place. So I would ask you to avoid this as a beginner because you tend to get impatient and you won't fry your stew properly. And you can see how dry the water is. All you need is just the paste you're looking for, okay? Up next, we're going to boil our protein. For protein, as you can see, I'm using some beef. For seasoning, I'm just using some paprika, dry ginger, garlic, salt, seasoning cubes, some onion. You want to cover this and allow it to come to a boil. Allow it to produce its own water prior to adding your own water. Now, while our meat is cooking, I'm just going to proceed to cut my onion and tell you why your jollof rice does not come out as a smoky jollof. It's because you are cooking your jollof with a non-stick pan. Nope, a good jollof must burn, so you need to cook it with a stainless pot, okay? So go and get yourself a stainless pot. Now we're just going to fry our meat, and for the sake of building that flavor, you want to fry your meat with the same oil you're going to use to cook your jollof rice. Now we're done frying our meat, we're just going to proceed to cook. First of all, you want to stir fry some onion. I'm going with your tomato paste. Because you don't want your jollof to slap, you need to stir fry this properly until it's loose, as you can see in this video. Can you see how loose it is? Yeah. Now is the perfect time to introduce your already blended mix. After which, you go ahead and introduce your ingredients. I love some bay leaves. It takes my jollof rice from 0 to 100. One thing beginners struggle with when making jollof rice is knowing when their sauce is ready. And how to know this is when you can no longer visibly see water in your paste, and all you can see is just a thick paste and oil, okay? And that is the exact time you can introduce some water or your meat broth. In addition, you can also add your rice at the same time, but make sure you've washed your rice properly until there's no longer cloudy waters. And for jollof rice, it cooks properly with steam, not fire, not very hot fire. So you want to reduce your fire at this stage. Cover with some foil paper and allow it to cook on low heat. I'll be pairing this jollof with some peppered beef, which I'll be showing you guys how to make in my next video. Now your jollof is ready. For the final touch, I'm just going to add some onion. Some people add butter as well at this stage, but I choose not to add on today's video. But feel free to do. Turns out really good either way. Leave a comment for me to let me know if you enjoyed this video or if it helped you in any way, or if you would at least be trying this recipe. Bye. See you in my next video.